Most people think that getting withdrawal symptoms means their quitting attempt is going to fail. After 25 years of helping people quit smoking or vaping, I have observed that the relationship between withdrawal and success is way more complex and actually more hopeful than most people realize. In this video, I'll walk you through what happens during withdrawal, when different changes occur, and most importantly, what these symptoms really mean for your brain and in your brain. Whether you're planning to quit or you're already experiencing some withdrawal symptoms, understanding this process can transform how you think about quitting. By the end of this video, I hope you'll have a new perspective on withdrawal, one that can help you approach quitting with more confidence and more clarity. Before we dive into what's happening in your brain, let me share something I've noticed over the years of helping people quit. Nearly every person who I've ever helped quit vaping or smoking, and probably every person who has ever thought about quitting, fears withdrawal symptoms. Almost universally, they bring it up at our very first session. And that makes perfect sense, but here's what's eye-opening. What is happening in your brain during withdrawal tells a completely different story than most people expect. So let me show you. Let's start with your brain's first 5 days without nicotine, because this is where your rebuilding story begins. For years, nicotine has been running the show in your brain. It's been controlling large parts of your mood, your energy, your focus, and even some of your basic bodily functions. Your brain has gotten so used to nicotine being ever present that it's forgotten how to do many of these things on its own. When you quit, changes start within the first day. Your brain's communication system has to adjust to working without nicotine's constant presence. The nerve pathways that have relied on nicotine for years now have to remember how to function naturally. Within 24 hours, you might notice physical symptoms like headache, trouble sleeping, feeling tired, muscle tension. Your mood might swing from good to irritable to anxious, and your temper might be short. You might feel hungry more often or even have trouble concentrating. But what's really happening is your brain isn't failing. It's beginning a remarkable rebuilding process. Remember, nicotine was driving a lot of your body's systems. Those nerves need to wake up and figure out how to work without nicotine's control, and it takes time. For many people, symptoms typically peak around days 3 to 5 and then gradually start improving. For many of my clients, just knowing there's a peak, knowing that things will start getting better, gives them the strength to push through those first difficult days. I've made a whole video about cravings, which are a special type of withdrawal symptoms, and I'll link to that below. But let me share something I've seen repeatedly with my clients. The people who succeed at quitting are often the ones who manage both their cravings and withdrawal symptoms effectively. Instead of seeing these symptoms as punishments, they recognize them as signs their brain is reclaiming control and getting better. Those first days are just the beginning. Weeks 1 and 2 bring some surprising changes. During these 2 weeks, you'll notice something remarkable happening. Those intense physical symptoms from the first 5 days often start easing up. The headaches become less frequent, the tension begins to relax, but your brain isn't done adjusting yet. This is when different kinds of changes become more noticeable. Sleep often becomes the biggest challenge. You might find yourself restless at night and tired during the day. Your moods might still go up and down. Many people realize they're having trouble focusing or feeling mentally sharp. You might even experience changes in digestion or energy level. But here's the good news. While these symptoms can be frustrating, they're typically less intense than what you experienced those first few days. Your brain is starting to go through a deeper level of adjustment now. Think of it like this. First, your brain had to deal with the shock of nicotine being gone. Now it's learning to handle everyday tasks like managing your sleep, your mood, and your energy without nicotine's influence. Some of these adjustments take more time than others, but each day your brain gets better at handling things naturally. Let me share something I've noticed about people I work with. During these 2 weeks, understanding these changes makes the biggest difference. When you know these changes are part of your brain's natural recovery process, it becomes much easier to stay committed to quitting. What if I told you that every time you've smoked or vaped in the past, that you've been teaching your brain something crucial about discomfort? Here's what's fascinating. Our brains are programmed to find the fastest way to stop discomfort. If you've been smoking or vaping for years, you've taught your brain this lesson tens of thousands of times, maybe hundreds of thousands of times. Feeling stressed? Light up. Feeling irritable? Hit the vape. Within seconds, nicotine delivers relief. And here's the key. It works perfectly. Not only does the discomfort go away, almost instantly your brain gets flooded with dopamine, cementing nicotine as the ultimate solution. What looks like a perfect answer in the moment is actually training your brain to depend on nicotine for everything, from handling stress to managing your everyday emotions. Now here's where withdrawal symptoms take on a new meaning for quitters. They're signs that your brain is learning to handle discomfort differently. Those uncomfortable moments aren't random symptoms. They're actually your brain learning to manage stress and emotions without nicotine. Every time you get through a difficult moment without smoking or vaping, your brain is building new pathways. Let's think about this transformation. Instead of teaching your brain to rely on quick chemical fixes, you're building real lasting strength. Every withdrawal symptoms you push through is actually a moment of your brain becoming more resilient, more capable, and more independent. Yes, this process is uncomfortable, but that discomfort is what real change feels like. Let's put all this together. In those first few intense days, your brain is adjusting to the absence of nicotine. During the next few weeks, your brain continues its remarkable process of change, and every single withdrawal symptom, from the earliest physical discomfort to those lingering challenges, is a sign that your brain is getting stronger and learning to handle life without nicotine. Are you going to have withdrawal symptoms? Yes. But now you know what to expect and when. At Always Be Quitting, we talk a lot about mindset changes. Understanding withdrawal symptoms, even if you can't totally embrace them, makes a real difference in your success. But understanding withdrawal is just the first step. To successfully manage those symptoms, you'll want specific strategies and support. At Always Be Quitting, we offer education, courses, and coaching to help you through every stage of quitting. If you want to finally quit for good, I highly recommend that you take our free Are You Ready to Quit quiz. It only takes a few minutes and you'll get a custom report about your motivation, your readiness, and some next step that you can take. Visit alwaysbequitting.com or click the link below. Speaking of withdrawal symptoms, in my next video, I'm going to answer the question, should I quit drinking coffee and tea when I quit nicotine? So there you have it. You got 2 fun and helpful things to do next. Take that quitting quiz and watch a video about caffeine and quitting. I'm John, and remember, always be quitting until you've quit for the last time.